Being one of the wealthiest countries in the world and the largest transit gateway for overseas travelers today, Qatar has emerged as a popular tourist destination over the years. This is a country that promises just about everything a traveler can possibly hope for on a tour. From gorgeous walkways and landmarks to some of the finest shopping malls and hotels, Qatar promises a lot on your travel here. But now here's the thing. While the country boasts of its amazing attractions that can make you book your flight ticket in a hurry, there are certain things that travelers are required to know about before heading to a place for visit in Qatar. Being an Islamic country, the rules may not be as strict as they are in Islamic destinations. However, Qatar is still conservative in many ways and quite particular about the culture and tradition that the country follows. So if you're a traveler headed on a trip to Qatar and wondering about the rules and other things you need to remember, here's our roundup of some of the things you should definitely avoid doing while on your travels in Qatar. Number 1. Photographing in the country. We all like to picture the places we visit, right? Some click pictures to preserve the memories of a place while others do it for bragging purposes. Now, when you think of your travels in Qatar, this is one of the first things you need to remember here. Any traveler who thinks of clicking pictures should be sensitive enough to understand the Qatari culture and what it means to the country. Clicking photographs of religious sites, construction sites, or even military sites should be avoided at all costs. Likewise, if you're thinking about clicking pictures of your locals on your travel, that might be a bad idea too unless you take permission to do so. Qatar has strict laws against this act and may even lead to grave consequences like getting arrested by the local police in the area. In fact, many travelers in the past have faced these consequences. But hang on, are you a journalist traveling to the country? Can't stop yourself from clicking photographs as it is part of your work? Well, in that case, you need to contact the Qatar news agency before you even enter the country on tour and seek a visiting press permit. Once received, you'll be able to bring your camera and other equipment you need through customs. Number 2. Importing illegal things. Importing illegal material is prohibited in just about every corner of the world, not just in Qatar. However, there are certain specific things which are prohibited to bring into Qatar and should not be bought at any cost whatsoever. Whenever travelers arrive at Doha Airport, also known as Hamad International Airport, the baggage is automatically scanned, and if anything illegal is found, you can face consequences for that. Besides, here are some of the things that are strictly illegal to import in the country. Religious books, pork products, alcohol, drugs, it's a serious offense, videos with inappropriate content, etc. The notable thing in this case is that religious books are allowed to bring in most of the countries, but Qatar has strict laws against it. Likewise, importing drugs and alcohol in the country can even lead to imprisonment. Number 3. Getting drunk in the country. Drinking isn't something that is prohibited in Qatar. However, getting drunk can be a disaster for you. A country that is particular about the rules and behavior, travelers do get arrested if they are drunk or others notice them losing their control over themselves. But make no mistake, this doesn't mean you cannot drink in Qatar while on tour. There are licensed restaurants and bars in and around the city of Doha that serve alcohol. These bars and restaurants are the only places where you can have alcoholic drinks, as drinking on the streets is likely to get you arrested. Also, the bars only allow the people of at least 21 years of age to enter. What is notable here is that many top hotels in Doha and all around Qatar offer alcohol drinks in their restaurants, as well as which the guests can easily get. So in case you wish to drink alcohol in Qatar, maybe not import it in the country, as that can lead you into trouble. Number 4. Dressing improperly. Now here's the thing about Islamic nation, not just Qatar. Your dressing matters over most of the things. There are particular rules in dressing which both men and women have to follow at any cost. Having said that, it doesn't mean that the travelers are required to wear the traditional attire every time. The culture and tradition of Qatar only demand you to dress in a certain way and not necessarily in traditional clothes. While women are required to dress in a way that covers their shoulders and knees, men are required to wear full pants and shirts with full sleeves. Hence, though there are no proper dress codes as to what the foreigners and natives in Qatar are supposed to wear, the country expects you to dress modestly on your travels. Clothes like shorts for men and skirts for women are, although not strictly prohibited, but should not be too high. Number 5. Behaving at public places. Now here's a fact. Qatar has very demanding rules when it comes to your conduct in public, or for that matter online. Foreigners or natives cannot pass on vulgar remarks or gestures to anyone or swear in public. This is a country that demands humble conduct from natives as well as travelers coming here. If you're in the country, you cannot post anything online that is against the culture and tradition of Qatar. What else? If you're sitting somewhere at a public place, you should not stretch your legs so much that your shoes' soles become visible to others, as that is considered wrong. Likewise, travelers or natives cannot go talk to the opposite genders if they don't know them, as that is again considered against the culture of the country. Hence, the behavior of travelers and natives becomes an important factor here, and tourists should keep the above-mentioned things in mind when roaming at a public place during their visit in Qatar. Number 6. Rushing things on your travels. Are you someone who's very particular about the time and likes to get things done early? Well, you're in for a tough time in this part of the world then. Right since its early days, Qatar has been a country that moves slowly. It doesn't have that fast-paced life when you compare it to other countries like India and China. People don't like to be very particular about time here, and normally get things done with the comfort, as the country is all up for flexible routines. So if you're a tourist on your travels in Qatar, make sure you don't get mad at anyone for being late in a meeting or pass a remark in public for being slow in anything, as that is not the Qatari way of life. Number 7. Eating etiquette in Qatar. Another significant thing travelers need to avoid doing in Qatar is eating with their left hand, something that normally people don't notice as they're used to it. The natives in Qatar almost frown when they see someone eating with their left hand. The reason? Well, traditionally, the left hand is kept for personal hygiene in the country, and the natives only eat with their right hand. That too after making sure it is clean. So the next time you think about a restaurant visit in Qatar and sit down for a nice meal, don't even think of using your left hand to eat. Number 8. Never reject an invitation. Qataris are usually generous and fun-loving people once you get to know them. More often than not, travelers heading on a trip to Qatar can not only expect a fun time in and around the city of Doha, but can also end up getting invited to a Qatari's house for dinner. But hang on, what do you do in that case? Do you apologize and reject the invitation? Well, this may sound strange to many, but travelers should never reject an invitation from a Qatari, as that is again considered being against the culture of the country. So the next time someone invites you to their house in Qatar, accept it happily. A country that is very particular about its culture, Qatar expects travelers to follow the rules with humbleness. Many travelers get a culture shock upon their visit once they get to know about the rules and cultural regulations. However, this is a country that could turn out to be a gem for travelers if you give yourself time and try to blend in with the culture. Once you blend in, you begin to adore the country. So the next time you head on a trip to Qatar, make sure to avoid doing the things we mentioned and blend in with the vibe of the country.